Hi, Sir Brian. Good afternoon.
Uh,
Good morning. Good morning. So, Sir Brian, kindly introduce yourself for the interview.
yes, sure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Miguel. I am food and beverage manager of Alta Tagaytay Hotel. Now, I've been in this business for almost 13 years, 26 years. I started my career at Tagaytay Island, like I said, as bar boy, and then I have these different hotels. Tagaytay Islands, Taal Vista Hotel. I work in Balisin. I work in Makati Renaissance Hotel in Makati, and then before I went to the Mayan Group, which is here right now, Tagaytay.
Okay, sir. Sir Brian, also, before we start, can you give us a brief introduction lang kung what are the restaurants here in Alton?
Sure. After Tagaytay, we have actually three restaurants. We have La Cuesta, which is our coffee shop. we also have La Terazza, and then we have Barcello. The Barcello was opened last February last year only, and we also offer in-room dining. And then on these two restaurants, like La Cuesta and La Terraza, we also offer bar fiesta.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Brian, for that. So, ayun. So, we'll be starting with the interview questions with Sir Brian. So, I'll start. Siguro for our first question, in what ways, Sir Brian, has technology improved coordination between the departments here, Sir Brian? And how do you ensure smooth communication across these
Yes.
systems?
So the technology actually helped us really well in terms of efficiency. The technology, we have these same dashboards, for example, for us to know preventive maintenance of the rooms, coordination and communication with each department. So the technology really helped us.
Thank you, Sir Brian. So, for our second question naman, Sir Brian, how do the departments here, like kunwari the kitchen or the management, besides the front office staff, use the POS or point of sale system and inventory data in their daily work?
Yes, they're using it in the daily work. Actually, like for example, in the kitchen, they cannot dispatch any food without the kitchen order ticket. So the waiters will take orders, they will put it in the POS, and then the TOT will send to kitchen. So that's the time that the kitchen will do and prepare it. And then in terms of inventory, yes, we have this real-time tracking of our stocks, our fast-moving, even the menu engineering. We can identify through this technology which items are on the menu is not so pretty fast-moving. So we have to replace that, those things that we can see.
Okay, Sir Brian. Okay, Sir Brian. So, for our third question naman, during peak seasons dito sa Altani, did you experience like lagging or slowing down of technology? And if so, how do you handle the guest orders if the system goes?
Yes. Like the technology actually, there's an advantage and disadvantage about this thing. Since it's dependent more on the internet, we anticipate those things. That's why the beauty of having this training for our staff to do manual, expose them into manual input is for us to be prepared. Like for example, the system has been down for a while. The service should not be compromised. It should be continued. So we have these strategies and we have these guidelines how to do input manually. The data or even the check-in or order taking, sending orders to restaurants, we can do that manually. But the top priority is for the guests, not to me. Yes, sir.
And so for our next question, si
Yes. So, following up po yung third question, how long does it take to train new staff member to use the system confidently?
I see. When it comes to the system, first it will take about 2 to 3 days. Exposing first the staff to menu. They have to be familiarized with the menu, the pricing, the cost, everything. testing, and then the full operation should take about 1 to 2 weeks maximum in actual practice.
Thank you. Next question. Since you serve different groups of people like tourists and event guests, how do you ensure that the digital booking system is easy enough for older guests to use without needing to call the hotel?
I see. We do that very simple. Minimal input, simple buttons. Those are the things that we consider. But of course, we extend extra effort to have them because some guests are not really familiar with the system, not especially seniors. We extend extra effort to have them through phone or for us to manually input in all those data for them, for their convenience.
Thank you. When guests book online through a website or a Facebook page, how does the system keep their credit card or contact information safe?
Yeah, so that's a good question kasi nowadays people are into technologies and sometimes yung privacy. We have to consider the privacy. So in that case, our MIS or the Management Information System personnel, they went through series of trainings and orientation when it comes to data privacy. So we were certified as a hotel, as a group. We have to ensure that all our steps or in the procedures of getting this data were based on guidelines. And of course, secure servers. We invested in our system din we have the firewalls, we have these antiviruses, etc. So those are the things that we do to keep those data private.
Thank you, sir. I'm Fiona, and continuing with the interview po. If your business or if the Altadi, it will implement new technology, how can you share it with the older guests, or how can you make the older guests do it as well po? Kasi sometimes po diba yung mga older generations, they prefer yung manual and
Yes.
such. Paano nyo po i-open sa kanila yung new technology po na yun?
Yes, I see. To be honest, I was surprised then. We were surprised then kasi even the elders are into technology na rin. They even have their social media pages. Basically, they include Facebook na rin. Pero siguro in those cases, we have to extend we have to adapt and we have to assist pa rin yung mga guests natin. So, like I said, like for example, in terms of payment, because we're using technology rin in payment. So, they insist on paying in cash instead of using credit cards or anything related to technology. We can still accept that. We can still go in.
So, for this naman po, ano po yung strengths and weaknesses or yung pros and cons po sa Altadi when it comes to availability, costing, and even technology po? How is it both beneficial and a disadvantage po for the hotel?
Yung strength, I would say definitely is the efficiency. Real-time gathering of data and tracking, so it's very helpful to us. So that's the strength. And then sa weakness siguro since it's more depending on the internet, so may some technical issues na biglang nagda-down si internet, so yun yung parang weakness natin. But we have these guidelines and we have to go back to manually in terms. But at the end of the day, our top priority is the guest should not wait or there's no downtime in waiting, terms like that.
So,
And may I add also is the cost as well because technology costs you that much then sa system itself and even the upgrades. Kasi every now and then nag-upgrade tayo so you have to invest din ako. So isa yun sa mga weakness na I think na kailangan din namin siyang consider.
both weakness po siya and like
Yes, meron
advantage.
kasi siyang advantage and meron din disadvantage. So in our case, in a hotel, you have to consider the cost. Kasi you have to, gather more revenue for you to sustain this demand and sustain these wages. Yung mga upgrades and yun, yung pag-update ng mga firewalls and antiviruses, medyo costly din siya eh.
So, yung Alta D po, since one branch lang po siya, at andito lang din siya sa Tagaytay. So, are there any plans po ba, like, to expand Alta D into other places din po? Or focus lang po na improving this to be the top hotel in Tagaytay?
Well, yes, of course, we have plans to extend certain we should not, stay contented with what we have. But there are several things that we have to consider. Number one then is consistent. We have to stay consistent in terms of our service, our offerings, our food, our facilities. We have to maintain it. And then, yung siguro is financially stable. Kasi the business should be stable in terms of financial for you to put up another one. Kasi kung magkakaroon ka lang ng parang ups and downs na parang balance mo siya, you have to think twice first to extend your business.
Okay, for the next question, since na-mention po kanina yung about sa lagging or technology down, so what are the other issues you've experienced before in Alta D and how do you handle them?
I see. In my case, siguro the challenge would be, number one is the staffing. As you can see, yung location natin is quite far from the city. Medyo challenging siya. So, but on that particular issues, what we need to do is provide those staff or and potential employees to have a competitive compensations. On top of their salaries or basic pays, we offer them service charge for us to be able to gather more skill and more professionals for us to sustain and stay competitive dun sa mga competitors natin around the area. And then yung promotionals, yung promotion, how can we promote the hotel more? So yeah, we use this social media, pages, and then advertisement, and we also attend several occasions of like expo for us to expose the hotel to the market.
Can I add, Sir Ryan? Siguro, yung other issue, may other issues pa ba in terms of like, yung technology mismo sa restaurant, like sa POS, may other issues? Regards to that.
Hindi naman siya mawawala actually. Meron talaga sometimes yun nga, since we are depending on more on the internet, na meron talaga mga glitches. But the plan is, if you have this system, you should also have parang strategic plan on how to resolve. You have to balance everything. What if, and then you have this answer, you have this solution. So if anything comes up, you have this solution.
Okay. Next question is po about when it comes sa pag-booking po, how do guests usually reach out or book before coming in Alta?
Guests usually check on our website first. Kahit naman sila, we check the website and then from there, we can book na already. And then they can use some other booking engines such as Booking.com, TripAdvisor, telephone calls, they can do that, or walk-ins. They come in personally and they do reserve a room. So those are the things.
Pag po sa restaurant, like, pwede po ba sila like email or
Yes.
group chat?
Yeah, pagpunta nyo sa website kasi, we also have the restaurant orders or the dining. So you can click those buttons and you can even see the menu there. The restaurants and how does it looks and what capacities it can accommodate. And then sometimes telephone also. They ask us to reserve a table, we accommodate them, we gather information such as their names, time of arrival, how many persons, and then any occasions, sometimes natin natin siya for us to be prepared. Like for example, there's a birthday celebration, we, complimentary cake for the celebrant.
Next is, when do guests interact the most with your system? Before they arrive, during dining, or after?
Parang magkaiba rin siya kasi in terms of dining, of course, ginagamit nila during order taking, and with the orders, they use technology there, and then payment, of course, they use the technology. When it comes to booking naman on rooms, pre-arrival, they book, they reserve, and then they register, and then, it's same din din, payment. Yan.
May reservation system.
Yes, we have, sir.
For the restaurant.
For the restaurant, we gather, we have these dashboards na din, but still we're using the technology and the POS. Yeah, we use the POS, gather the data, basic information about the reservation, and then we have this dashboard for today's, for example, for today's, the managers or the captain waiters will check who are the reserved persons for today's event.
So basically connected siya sa hotel, sir.
Yes, definitely. Because we have to mirror everything with the other departments then. And like for example, say front desk. Sometimes kasi si guest, or most of the time the guest will come into the front desk first. And then the front desk, they doesn't know anything about the restaurant, the reservation. They will be ligaw sila dun sa, they cannot, verify anything from that. So definitely, we have the same dashboards.
Continuing with the question po, do guests ever find your system hard to use? If ever po, paano niyo po sila nagtutulungan?
Actually, in my observation, actually, like I said, now people nowadays are into technology na rin eh. So, very minimal siguro. No? Very few yung mga hindi talaga marunong pang gumamit ng system. But then again, like I said, our top priority is the convenience, their satisfaction. Diba? So, if ever in case na talagang hindi siya familiar or ayaw niya gamitin, we can adapt, we can use them, we can assist them manually. Yeah.
In your experience po, how does the technology makes the service faster or more efficient?
Yeah, like I said before, yung data tracking, real-time updates, yung cancellation of bookings, help us to check the balance or the occupancy for the day. In terms of restaurants, yes, it helps us in terms of gathering information for us, for our reference for future promos. Kasi, let's say for example, we have this data and their numbers, we can call them or email them that we have this promotion for this month, things like that.
Last question po, how do you keep a personal or human touch in service when using technology?
When using technology. See, our goal kasi, our service promise is service with sincerity. So we have to sincere. Still, although we have this technology, hindi kailangan mawala yung personalized service. That's why, for example, right now we have plan for Reach 5, which is a butler service. From the check-in of the guest, someone is been established already to assist him or them. So this one person will assist them from checking in, things that they need during their stay, even the food that they wanted to eat. So there's always been a personalized service.
That's good.
Sir, wait lang. Before, way back po nung pagka-start pa lang ng hotel, may technologies na po ba kayong ginamit or manually po, then gradually as the time goes by? Okay.
You cannot jump into the technology right. No, kasi dapat the personnel or the staff were exposed manually first. So that in that case, magkakaroon ka ng idea what the technology should include or should provide. Kasi if you doesn't know this manual thing, wala kang idea if what it mag-down si system. So how can you work on that manually? Parang ganun siya. So you have to start with, in this case, yes, we started manually. We we started, the president insisted that first we have to expose to the staff manually how to make this work, and then jump in the technology. Parang naging training ground muna siya bago siya mag-adapt sa technology natin. And nowadays, good thing naman, so we were able to resolve issues.
Sir Brian, pwede ba can we disclose kung what POS we're using po? Like, may application ba or software that we're using?
Yes, right now our providers, Triple I, they were based in Cebu. So they provided the system, provided all these programs and technical support. But there's still a lot of program available in the market, which is using more convenient, more user friendly. Kaya lang, the cost is so much. Mas mataas siya compared sa mga, na ginagamit na like for us. Ayaw din naman kasi namin na invest too much on that technology kasi what if not na biglang down din siya, so hindi ka rin talaga pwede mag-depend sa kanya. Like siguro naman alam nyo na nangyayari about this crisis that we're facing around the world, diba? Sometimes nagkaroon yan ng issues about sa internet, even yung mga gas issues and fuel issues, oil issues, that will affect also the market and the technology that we're using. So yun, parang okay mo lang na mas dun ka muna sa mga low profile and then work on sa mga highest provider.
No other.
Yung, naalala mo yung ilas dati sa atin. Since na yung Tagaytay is nasa yung environment niya. Sa volcano, if ever
Oo nga. May contingency plan ba tayo, Sir Brian? Ano?
If
If
pumutok
nag-erupt yung volcano.
ano yung ginagawa ko usually ng hotel for that.
Actually, nangyari na yan sa akin.
Yeah, actually.
Oo, actually nangyari na yan. We stayed here for 3 days inside the hotel. I think that was 2021. The volcano erupted and then we had 6 guests checked in the hotel that day. I remember. So what we did is, of course, to inform everybody na there's an eruption. And then, kasi parang ang bilis ng pangyayari yung time na yun. We never expected na ganun siya kabilis. So ano nangyari, yung guests natin, naiwan sila sa loob. We never asked them to go out na for their safety. We asked them to stay, and then we provide them food, we extend the room as complimentary for us, for them to, to secure. Kasi ayaw din natin na baka sakali sila umalis tapos na nangyari. So ayaw naman natin nangyari sa guests natin. So yun, ginawa namin siya na mag-stay sila, tsaka accommodate namin. And then nung na-realize namin na okay na, nagkaroon na ng go signal ang local government and go out na dito. Tapos sa time yung inano na natin siya, nilet go. Yes. And then, yun, from there, we learned na anytime talaga ang taal will erupt. So yes, we established that. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko i-share or what concerns na pwede kong i-share about that. Pero definitely, we have this first aid team. We have this Sir Buboy, with the help of Sir Buboy, our safety officer. We conduct earthquake drill, we conduct fire drill, things like that. In cases of emergency, meron kami pwedeng gawin. Yung mga hotel staffs also are identified which team should assist the guests, which team will go and check the ways, which team will alarm the local government in case of any emergency. So it's basically totally a hotel airport.
Okay na. Okay, so,
Anything
yun lang po, that's it, Sir Brian. Mag-outro lang po si Yeta.
Yes. Go, outro, go.
Ay, oo pala!
Wow. Ayan. So anyways, thank you po Sir Brian for that very fruitful interview that we had today. And malaki po talaga nakatulong sa kanila. And of course, we will use this info not just for us and for our research, but also to share to others what Alpha has to offer for the people. Ayun. So, thank you po everyone, and we are Group 6, and here we will end our interview.
Thank you so much po.
Siguro I appreciate the time, and then I thank everyone for this opportunity na rin. And siguro i-share ko na lang din kasi I came from generation na wala pang technology talaga. No? And then here you are using this technology. Iba pa rin na alam natin yung basics ng manual. Kasi once the technology down, alam mo, may idea ka kung paano siya i-execute. And then there is advantage, yes, but there is still disadvantage. Sabi ko nila sometimes, even the posting, what your thoughts and on the day, before you click, you have to think very carefully before you click it. Kasi that will affect not only for yourself, but the person or the people who will be there. So, you.
Sir,
Thank you so much.
may tanong ako kay Sir, sorry. Okay lang. Ask ko lang, Sir. Kasi you're one of the pillars in this hotel. As we can see, you know a lot. Ang
Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Very heavy po ang workload. So as a manager, sir, what keeps you going? You've been here for 26 years and you see yourself na dito ka rin mag-retire. Sabi ni sir, since 2000 eh. In his whole career, he's still here. So, yeah, naka-video. So, sir, what keeps you going? Why are you staying this long po in your job, in this industry?
Ang number one talaga is
Personal, sir, ha? Personal na to. Hindi na.
Para sa akin, personally, it's the passion talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi pinili ko tong career na to, so I have to embrace it. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I meet so many people in the business. I meet several mentors na help us build myself na to be on what I have right now.
Yes.
The passion, the love for the work. So that's it. Of course, yung future plans then. Kasi personally, I am growing, but at the same time, financially.
Wow. Yes, worth it naman pala.
Marami pa rin kasi tayong pangarap. So, diba? So, yeah.
Okay, so worth ang
For as long as
workload.
I can, for as long as Tony's
Yes.
giving my
Kasi
service.
tumagal.
Yay.
Nagkaanak si Tony.
So talagang emotion is yung heart talaga. Yung nagtutulak sa akin na to go still. And we were guided. We were very thankful. I am very thankful with my family. Kasi yung spirit ng family talaga nandun lagi. Kahit sabihin mo employee ka kasi, para sa kanila you're part of the family.
Apo,
Hindi
that's
mo
nice.
mararamdaman na you are an employee.
Oh.
We have this liberty to, do whatever we wanted
Loyal.
to do, and then we have their guidance and approval. And then, ang good thing naman so far, naging positive naman yung mga nangyayari. Kaya,
Yes, sir.
yun, very thankful na.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Okay na kami.
Grabe na.
Dito.
Sana maalagaan din. Okay na ako. Thank you so much po for answering.
Kakain na kami.
Okay.